What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes. Today we're on the main Lights Army account. We're still, of course, upgrading things as we go about it. Kind of taking, a lot of times, lately we've been doing a lot of videos about news, updates, these really cool things I've seen in game, but something we've kind of neglected doing is some actual gameplay. I know it. It's something we got to get back to, and I figure today is the perfect time because, you know what, I have not pushed in many game modes in a little bit here. We do have our artifact setups pretty much still good to go with some of our support heroes still being set up. I've yet to push chapter 8. And beyond that, you know what? Wait a minute. Void Horde, I don't think I've even paid attention. Is this done? No, we're not quite done yet. I've just left myself on depth 1. Yeah, I just have not pushed. Hollow, that's the one that I have not pushed, and I don't know. People are probably already done with this, and yeah, we have someone already pushing in chapter 7, so we'll have to get back to that at some point, but let's see what we can do here. Now, right out of the gate, we're against some of these counter-attack teams that are pretty lethal, and one thing we are kind of doing until, like, what, 2 weeks from now when we get our 6th light hero, kind of cheating using Therapist of Blood Betty on my account, just because her crowd control, let's be honest, is just way too good, especially with that upgraded Dragon Rui. I mean, you look what happens. Before the battle even starts, we're essentially just completely controlling the entire enemy team, and, well, it's just really, really hard to beat that type of possibility, and it gives our team time to do what they need to do. Now, I'm kind of hoping this Sun Wukong type hero that's coming out at Chinese New Year is going to be a hero that can either do decent amount of crowd control like a Therapist Blood Betty, or someone insanely good at single target damage like the good old Lord of Fear Aspen. I feel like Lord of Fear Aspen's been at the tippy top of his game just a little bit too long. But again, I like using my light army. I will absolutely love it even more as soon as I get 6 light heroes on this account, and then I don't have to use Therapist Blood Betty. You gotta use Scarlet Queen Halora. I don't have to use any of them except unless I want to in certain situations, like if I get hard stuck or something, we might do something. And then, of course, we have to see if we're going to go for an S-tier copy of that new hero. Now, we've only gone for the quote-unquote cheaper heroes. Of course, we did get Doomturner Vulcan at S-tier. We have a Yorm Tum, which I think is still a mistake. Maybe I'll sell the S-tier Yorm Tum and see if I can get a decent amount and then buy like an S-tier of the Sun Wukong character. We'll just have to see how that plays out. But again, it's gonna be probably a pricey hero. Most new heroes lately have gone for quite a bit because there's not many of on the market, and then people technically only can use their stones to really guarantee a good copy. So either way, you can see the crowd control very, very good. The one nice little advantage here is having that extra crowd control on our Doomturner Vulcan. Basically getting that chance to freeze. It is so here's the thing. Most likely what will happen is as soon as we drop the Therapist Blood Betty, I think Doomturner Vulcan's core is going to be the one that we're going to use the most, and that's mainly because it'll add extra CC chances to the next highest attack ally, which is pretty good. Now this wave is going to be tricky if we don't have the survivability, because this is the quote-unquote old school mim wave, and if you don't kill the mims first, the rest of your team gets decimated, and this is where Lord of Fear Aspen typically plays a very big role on your account. Granted, as long as we can get an active off with Vulcan, there's always a chance. There's always, and these two heroes are very strong together. We have a crazy amount of stats on them. And you see stuff like that happen where he literally just wipes out the entirety of the enemy squad. Now, again, I really wish Yorm Tum would have ended up being that really godly single target damage dealer because, I mean, well, we built him very strong. It's just his performance is very, very lacking. And you got to remember, he's an S tier and everything. So he doesn't even compare to an A- version of our Natalia. Doppelganger Natalia is such a good hero. Honestly, she'd probably be a better single target damage dealer than him. But we're at where we're at. I don't know if and when we're ever going to get an S-tier Doppelganger Natalia, but I mean, let's be honest, everything on this account right now revolves around maximizing the stats on our Doomturner Vulcan. And hey, that might change when the Sun Wukong type hero does come out. We'll just have to see how they perform. Could be good, could be bad. We just really don't know. So Let's see. Right here, we'll finally get our CC off. It is a 50-50 chance with that Dragon Rui on our Therapist of Blood Betty if it does go off at the beginning of battle or it does not. So sometimes it's really good. Other times it does absolutely nothing. But either way, she still has that extra control precision, that control immunity offset, and it makes it a much higher chance to just keep that enemy team CC'd the entirety of the battle. Now let's see. Ooh, that was actually perfect. Yorm Tum got the Dread Puppet. Vulcan also has the Dread Puppet, but his basic attack actually hits like a truck too, which is a nice little thing to know. So yeah, we got some good cleanup damage on some of our other heroes. We do have some of our heroes on our squad, like our Sun Devourer Eos, just with a flag. She's not actually using a real artifact. Actually, I think Asmodel might have a crown to make him a little more useful, but I don't really know. We still need to continue upgrading our Asmodel too, because we actually don't. Ooh, I just realized that we don't have him maxed out in the Soul Gathering statue. That was an amazing hit right there. Did you see that Yorm Tum hit? He actually did some work and did some crazy high amount of damage right there. Lots of debuffs on the enemy squad here too. Vulcan should get another active off and almost cleans it up. Very, very close. The only downside of Yorm Tum is, man, he just doesn't do anything outside of his active skill. Like, his basic attack does next to nothing, it feels like. It's such a piddly amount of damage, it feels kind of useless. But I do think over the course of the week here, I'm going to push through stage 8 and maybe get to stage 9. But remember, like, there's even, oh gosh, there's even more stages. There's all the way up through stage 10, 6, 10, which, I mean, look at that. There's only like a handful of people that can actually make progression in this, which is just absolutely crazy how far this progression has gone. Now, we are up against the Valkyrie wave, which does mean it's good and bad if we get some CC off, because we'll still take damage. Granted, I think our team is strong enough at this point, it's not going to matter because we haven't been pushing. A lot of dot damage is going to go out when we do control these Valkyries, though, and that kind of worked out perfectly right there. We got the kill on our own Betty so that she doesn't put out more CC, which means more dots from the Valkyries on our team, and the dots are insanely strong. Granted, the dots could still kill us, but nope, we get it cleaned up pretty easily. Yeah, Doppelganger Natalia pretty steadily being the number 2 damage dealer on our team, which is absolutely perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That is the first time I've ever seen the green, like, poison icon. Legit is the first time I feel like I have ever seen it. It's not one you see very often. Ooh, Yorm Tum getting a couple kills. That's the one thing. If Yorm Tum can snowball and get a kill and then another kill and another kill, he can like wipe out the entire enemy team. It's just he has to have enough power to wipe them out. Now, maybe if we made him the main damage dealer on this account instead of Vulcan, maybe he would have that punching power and he would do some insane stuff. But it's hard to not pick. Like, it's really hard not to pick Doom Turner Vulcan as the main damage dealer, because he's just such a good, well-rounded hero in like every single game mode. Hey, look at that. We're actually going up against an enemy Yorm Tum. I don't think it's going to matter. I think we are pretty safe in our power right now. Oh, geez. I was going to say, watch the enemy Yorm Tum just start picking our team off. No. It's weird how the big targets on these, like, quote-unquote boss waves are sometimes the weakest characters, but, yeah, we get some 5-star gear. That's a huge help. And we unlocked something new, right? We unlocked a new thing? Maybe a new... Actually, you know, I don't know what we unlocked. I know we just unlocked something right there. Can't remember what it actually was. But either way, we will work our way through all this. I'm pretty sure we get through most of Chapter 9 as well without too much difficulty. And now that I'm feeling more rejuvenated in my Idle Heroes fun, I'll start pushing a bunch of content and you guys get to watch it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know if you guys have missed these gameplay type videos, and I'll see you guys next time.